Everyone, so today I'm doing an unboxing video, which means that you get to go through the process of opening this deck with me and taking a look at it, you know, and welcoming it to my collection. Recently I downloaded the Wish app, which was a mistake because their shipping costs are outrageous. And they charge you shipping on everything, and it's like usually more than what the damn thing costs itself. So I don't recommend it. That being said, I did get a few decks on there because they were cheap, you know, or so I thought. Anyway, one deck that I've been thinking I would buy for a while, but I've been kind of on the fence about was there. So I was like, okay, definitely. It had to be like, it was like $3 or $5, I can't remember. So I got it. The deck is the Miss Cleo's Tarot Power deck, as seen on TV. So I had to get this, and apparently it was printed first, or I guess its copyright is in 2001. So that's interesting. If you were alive in the 90s and saw television at all, Miss Cleo was on your TV, and she had the best like psychic hotline, you know, that was just, it was a big thing. And she was really, I don't know, interesting figure to me, like intriguing growing up. I was always like, one day I'll call Miss Cleo. Unfortunately I can't do that because she's dead, so R.I.P. Miss Cleo. But I'm glad to have this actually, because I think it's important for like people involved in psychic work to support one another, and also to honor like kind of things about our culture. So yeah, the box is pretty cool that it comes in. Nice sturdy little box. I like boxes like this actually when I have a deck. I really don't like the sort of flimsy normal boxes that decks often come in. It comes with this little white book, which let's read this. This is our message from Miss Cleo. Shall we read this? Wagwan, sweet pea. Enclosed you will find the introductory tools you will need to begin exploring the ancient tarot. You all know that I believe we all have the gift to hear and listen to spirits. I believe that too, Miss Cleo. My personal objective is to introduce you to the tarot, aid you in becoming familiar with cards and their meanings, and encourage you to learn more. What we have put together here is an easy step-by-step tarot guide that will allow you to begin your own personal journey. The cards are vibrant and colorful based on Egyptian symbols. The tarot key is concise and easy to understand. And the videotape allows you to learn and participate while you watch. Apparently there's a damn videotape. I wonder if that's on YouTube. I'm gonna look for that. Oh my god, that's cool. The tarot is not something that can be taken lightly. You've heard me say 1,000 times, the cards, them never lie. I can't do her voice, and I'm not going to try to do her Jamaican accent. Which I don't even know if she's Jamaican, Caribbean, or something. It was quite iconic, though. Yeah. It never ceases to amaze, my dears. Open up your heart and your mind and receive the power of the tarot. Easy journey, babies. Ms. Cleo. Yeah, so that's sweet. Oh, it's sad she's gone. I would love to see what she would be doing nowadays. So yeah, it looks like a pretty basic little white book. In this deck there are staffs, cups, swords, and coins. So that'll be interesting. I don't normally look at a little white book, but I might read this one just because, you know, I'm intrigued by her and her work, so I'd like to see how she interprets things in that kind of basic format. So the cards come wrapped like this with a nice little gold band, which I'm gonna feel like strange about opening for some reason, which is, I unwrapped the box and then I saw this and I was like, ooh, I should get on YouTube and share this. I really should. this seems special. So yeah, here we go. Okay, so there's the full card on the back, and I like the backs of these cards too. Like, that's gorgeous. I can deal with that. Like, I wouldn't mind laying that out in a reading. And another reason that I wanted this deck was the actual art, like, is interesting. And I like ancient Egyptian stuff, like I always have. I think that's, like, as a little kid, I was into it, you know. It's one of those things that little nerdy girls are into. So, yeah, that was definitely me. This is interesting. It's got little cards with her business information. So, like, it's got her hotline and her website. There's multiple ones. And then on her website, you could hire a reader. So if you were a reader yourself, you could get hooked into her hotline. And yeah, I've thought about doing that a bit, and I have a bit, like, online with the different, like, websites, but I do find I prefer when people come to me and seek me out, just because I think I get better clients, you know, and I'm interested in having quality, not quantity. That's just my life theme, you know. I want quality. I want the right people. And yeah, I've often found that I've had a very draining experience working just with random strangers. So that being said, I also have had some pretty cool readings that I've done for random strangers on those sites, and they're interesting. I also was signed up with a hotline, but I didn't take really any calls. I did more like text stuff. So here we have the Fool. The colors are really vibrant. And I like, another thing about this deck that I liked and why I was interested in buying it is that I could see myself reading with it for clients. Here's the High Priestess. You know, I prefer, ooh, I like the Empress card. I prefer to have something that is accessible to, like, a client sitting across from me. Like, I want them to look at the images and be kind of impressed by them, but also, like, be able to kind of figure them out. I don't know if you hear a noise in the background. My cat is going kind of wild right now. He likes to zip around. But yeah, I like to have imagery that, oh, that's the Lovers, yeah. I like to have imagery that the client can interpret themselves as well. So I thought this deck would be pretty good for that. Ooh, I like this Strength card. Wow. The Hermit, it's beautiful. Oh, I like this. The Wheel of Fortune. Ooh, I like that card. I'm quite liking all of them. I think I'm going to enjoy reading with this. It's going to help me kind of get in touch with what I know about Egyptian mythology and probably expand my own knowledge. Wow, the Hanged Man. And if you know, there's a belief that the tarot dates back to ancient Egypt, but I mean, they don't mean specifically the playing cards. What they mean is the kind of meanings behind the cards. They come from ancient Egyptian culture. So I do like to have something kind of in that vein. You know, the other thing is too, I don't have an Egyptian deck. Like, I've never really connected with any, and when I saw this, I was like, ooh. So, I mean, I haven't seen all the cards, but look at that, the Tower, the Star. I'm just going to show you all of the major arcana. Why not? There's the Moon. Look at that. Yeah, the Sun. Oh, that's interesting. I'm really gonna have to, like, yeah. This one's gonna be a thinker for me. I like that. Judgment. The World. Look at that. Oh, Ace of Staffs. I like this because they're ancient Egyptian staffs. King. Queen. Knight and page. I'll kind of just put these through, and I'll pull out any that I find particularly interesting. This Two of Staves is interesting. I think I might get some interesting readings out of that. Check out this Ace of Coins. King of Coins. Queen of Coins. I like that. Knight of Coins, definitely. And Page of Coins too. I think all the court figures are pretty decent. Oh, there's a male in the Nine of Coins. That's interesting. Wow, the Five of Coins. Look at that. Yeah, I'm quite. Ooh, here's the Ace of Cups. Where's the Cups again? I'm quite pleased with this purchase. Only $5 plus shipping. That's shipping. King of Cups, Queen of Cups, Knight of Cups, Page of Cups. That's interesting. He has a fish in the cup too. Let's see. How do the cups look? Oh, Six of Cups is interesting. It's like him looking back at his past self. Oh, the Four of Cups. This is interesting to me. It looks like some sort of magical ritual. One of my favorite cards, the Three of Cups. Here is the Ace of Swords. We're into the swords now. King of Swords. Ooh, that Queen of Swords, babe. Look at her muscles. Ooh. Knight of Swords, wow. Wow, I like that. I like that there's an animal attacking him. And the Page of Swords. Ooh, this Eight of Swords is pretty intense. Oh, another one of my favorite cards, the Seven of Swords. This has been coming up in my readings a lot, and I've been having to interpret what it means. And you're always like looking at people like, ooh, are you being totally honest with yourself? Oh, this Four of Swords is lovely. That'll be interesting to think about. And the Two of Swords, wow. And then there's the Jackal figure. I wonder who that could be. All in all, I'm quite pleased with this purchase. I think I'm gonna, actually consecrate it and use it in some readings for clients. So I'm excited about that. As you can see, it was packaged lovely. The card stock it's thin, but it's, it's usable. You can deal with it. I do prefer a thicker stock, but I'll make do. I like this deck enough to make do. And I'm sure it'll shuffle a lot easier with this sort of stock as well. So definitely a beautiful deck. Definitely well produced, made, packaged, thought out. Miss Cleo is quite a woman. Another thing, she was a lesbian. So that's another thing I forgot to add about her. She's one of us. So I'm very excited to be using her cards and seeing what comes up, and hopefully emulating some aspects of her work. I really appreciated seeing her being who she was, like as a kid in the 90s, and as a young witch that was repressed in many ways, and struggling with that part of my identity. Like, it was nice to see women like her in mainstream society, like having a business, doing a thing, like having a place. Yeah. So thank you, Miss Cleo. And yeah, hope you I don't know. Hope you enjoyed looking at the deck with me. I'm pretty excited about it. So, yeah. Bye.